We're back with another DSR Farms video, and I just wanted to start this off because every now and then you go to the grocery store thinking you've got hot dogs at the house, and so you pick up a pack of hot dog buns only to come back to see that you didn't, but you have hamburger meat. Don't be the person that tries to roll out hamburger meat into a hot dog shaped thing and put it in there, because it's not going to look like a hot dog and you're going to scar your children, trust me. So make some meatball subs, and I'm going to use hot dog buns for that. You can use regular buns. I just wanted to do that as an illustration. Oven's preheated. As an illustration, because I know that it happens sometimes to somebody. So anyway, we're going to get all this stuff mixed up and get some stuff cooking. Alright, so I've got a little blender cup here, and I've got what I'm hoping to be about a half a cup of breadcrumbs worth of bread in here. And to that, I'm going to add about a teaspoon of each black pepper, salt, garlic powder, and Italian seasoning, which is like oregano and some other stuff. I'm gonna just put that right in here so it mixes in with the breadcrumbs. And I went ahead and caramelized some onions over there on the stove, about a half an onion or so worth of onion. And I'm gonna stick that in there also, so that's all mixed up. And I used the baking soda trick that if you've seen any of my other videos where I caramelize onions, you've seen. But anyway, so that only took like 10 minutes or so to caramelize instead of 3 hours. And we're just gonna put this in here and get this thing blended up and breadcrumby. Okay, so I've got all this blended up, and what that does is it just keeps you from overworking your meat to get all the seasoning in there, because you've already got all the seasoning mixed in with your breadcrumbs. And the breadcrumbs, they kind of have a couple of different things that they're doing here, but the main thing, I guess, is they're actually making the meat go further. That's why they started putting bread and meat in like the Great Depression and stuff. But they also help to kind of bind these meatballs, and they're like blank little palettes for flavor soaky uppy stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna get this combined and then roll these out into some meatballs and put them in a pan. It's combined here, and I'm just gonna roll these out into like about golf ball size balls. And yeah, get them in this pan. And you can make these however big or small you want them, but that's going to be pretty close to how thick the hot dog buns are. So it's a good idea that if you're making subs and stuff, maybe make them either half as wide as your sub so you can put 2 wide, or as wide so you can go 1 wide. And then just leave some space in between them in the pan so they cook evenly. Alright, so that pound meat made 12 pretty evenly shaped and sized meatballs, and then one little itty bitty cute one over here. We got the oven preheated to 400 degrees. I'm gonna pop these in for 15 minutes. They're not gonna be done when I pull them out, but I'm gonna finish cooking them in the sauce. So anyway, I'm gonna get that going. About 5 minutes left on the oven here. I'm just gonna heat up some of the sauce. This is the same pan that I cooked those onions in, so I'm just putting this right on top of that. And just getting it good and warmed up, and then we'll throw those meatballs in there when they come out of the oven. Alright, so I've got these hot dog buns split open just on a cookie sheet. The oven just went off. I turned it off, but it's still like 400 degrees in there, so I'm going to slide these in, let them get good and toasty. And then these meatballs, take a look at these. Bam. They are somewhere probably around halfway done or so, but this way, you could just pan fry these. There's nothing wrong with that, but this way you don't have to worry about turning them or, you know, keeping them round and stuff or getting flat spots on them. But I've got my sauce up to a boil over here on the stove, and I'm just gonna put them in the sauce. I forgot to say it like 6 times already, but the bottom of this pan was greased just so the meatballs didn't stick to it. But we'll get these in this sauce real quick. Okay, I've got all these in here. I'm just gonna roll them around, make sure they get good and coated. And these are gonna cook for probably another 10 minutes or so. They could cook on low for like hours. You could put these in the crock pot and they could cook on low for hours. But we're gonna be ready to eat way before hours pass. So I'm gonna let these cook for about 10 minutes and then we'll look at them. Alright, so at about 5 minutes or so, I rolled those over just to make sure the bottoms weren't burning or anything. And it's been about 8 minutes, and I'm just going to take a meat thermometer, stick it in here, and anything north of about 150, 155 is fine. And these look to be at 158 or so. Yeah, so they should be good. We're going to get these, kill the heat, and get these over here and plate them up. Alright, so these just came out of the oven. This just came off the stove. Gonna plate these up like so. And I'm probably gonna lose a little bit of street cred as a cook, but I don't like noodles. So I would never put this on spaghetti because spaghetti is noodles. But if you like noodles, then by all means, please put this on spaghetti. And then I've just got some provolone. I'm just gonna lay over this and kind of let it melt. And that's it for a meatball sub. So yeah. Alright, yeah, that's all there is to it. You know, just some good quality meat, some breadcrumbs, some marinara sauce, and a little seasoning. And about 30 minutes, and you've got some killer meatball subs. We'll see y'all next time.